Cyber Monday is fast becoming an even bigger shopping day than Black Friday. For the first time, Americans will do the bulk of their holiday shopping online this year, and Canada isn't far behind. But do consumers really know what's happening to some of the workers who are filling all those orders? There's a reason online shopping is more popular than ever. Bargain hunting can be brutal. Jeff Bezos changed that with Amazon. He's now one of the richest men in the world, and his company has changed the way we live.
240 million customers.
They've made it faster and cheaper than going to the mall. But there's a cost, according to a new investigation by Reveal from the Center for Investigative Reporting. They say injury records from 23 Amazon fulfillment centers in the U.S. show the rate of serious injuries was more than double the national average. Amazon says the report is inaccurate and misleading. But this year, its warehouses were rated one of the most dangerous places to work in America. Everybody needs somebody. Everyone looks happy in the ads. Even the bosses are smiling. But employees and undercover journalists tell a different story.
It became clear that someone had urinated into a Coke bottle because they were afraid to go to the toilet. It became very obvious why someone might have done that, because there was an atmosphere of fear.
This English reporter found some workers so stressed out they don't even have time to go to the bathroom. And then there's Philip Lee Terry. He was crushed to death under a forklift in 2017, and the Reveal report says it was 2 hours before a coworker noticed the pool of blood. Reveal says Amazon did not comment on the death because of privacy concerns. Amazon workers gathered outside Jeff Bezos' New York apartment to protest their working conditions, but they're up against a tech giant that's now worth as much as $1 trillion. We'll see how that goes. We wanted to find out if there was a similar situation here in Canada. Amazon has fulfillment centers across the country with plans to open 2 more next year near Edmonton and near Montreal. We reached out to Amazon for information about their employee injuries in the company's Canadian warehouses, but they didn't respond. So then we reached out to the WSIB, Ontario's Workplace Safety and Insurance Board, to see what their records reveal. And their injury statistics for Ontario's Amazon fulfillment services suggest the injury rate for employees has more than doubled between 2017 and 2018. Joining me to talk about all of this is Emily Gindelsberger. She's in Philadelphia and is the author of the investigative book On the Clock. So Emily, you actually went undercover for a while working at Amazon. So you've described almost a culture of fear inside those fulfillment centers.
Yeah, there's definitely quite a bit of paranoia because, again, every single step that you do along the process of picking an item, which is, just going to find it in this massive warehouse, is tracked by the second and by GPS. And if you fall behind, there will be consequences. First, you'll get someone coming to find you in the, out in the stacks and say, why are you not keeping up? And eventually you'll get fired. It's very real consequences. And if you haven't really dealt with being technologically constantly monitored like that, you don't really know how stressful that gets, especially when your job is on the line.
They even track you to the bathroom.
They do. So we were supposed to have less than 15 minutes, they call it time off task, which is any time that you're doing anything that you're not supposed to be doing, which is including going to the bathroom. And so when I was working at Amazon, it could take me 10 minutes just to get to a bathroom from the 4th floor of my mod. So that is why you hear these headlines about people peeing in bottles and stuff like that. They're trying not to fall behind. It's not that they're not allowed to go to the bathroom, it's that they are disincentivized from going to the bathroom very, very effectively.
Amazon is about to open a couple of more warehouses or fulfillment centers here in Canada. There could be as many as 1,000 jobs. Paying in the US is $15 an hour. Are those not good jobs? Don't people just need jobs?
It's sort of true. But I think we as a society and across country lines need to start considering what we're going to consider good jobs as we go forward with automation and that sort of thing. As robots become able to do sort of the sort of drudgery jobs, we need to make sure that instead of human beings then having to push themselves to compete with robots for these drudgery jobs, which is what is happening at Amazon and why conditions there are so bad. It's because humans are trying to hold themselves to robot levels of efficiency, and of course they're going to fail because they're human beings, they're not robots. But we do need to think about what sort of jobs we find to be acceptable, whether they're going to, and I think if companies are not held responsible for long-term injuries, which frankly right now they're not being held responsible for that, then that's going to be a really big expense on public health, and we need to think about who's going to pay for that.
But I guess part of this is that consumers, I mean, we all want stuff that's faster, cheaper, on our doorsteps so easily, and technology, robots allow that, don't they? They do, but I would say that consumerism is not the way to go about regulating this. I mean, regulations are, and strong unions, and if you are a consumer and, for example, you're a new parent and you're getting your diapers from Amazon because it's so convenient and because your life is insane right now, I can understand that. But somebody is going to pick that out. They're going up and down a stepladder, they're squatting, they're walking around. I walked around that warehouse for between 13 and 16 miles a day. I took a step tracker in.
Wow. And somebody is doing that to get your package. And just, it feels very clean when you order something through an app, but there are human beings behind that and that are being sort of disappeared.
So it seems now workers are getting mobilized, there's reports being done, there's this group behind them. Can they win?
I think people in general, especially in America, I can not say it as well for Canada, it's not my area of expertise, but people in general are, I think, becoming tired of these situations where their job is their entire life and affects their entire life outside of work. This idea that you have to give everything to your job, your spare time, your time with your family, your health, your mental health. People are, I think, starting to object to that, which I think is pretty reasonable.
Emily Gindelsberger, thanks so much for talking to me.
Thanks so much for having me.
Emily Gindelsberger in Philadelphia. Amazon, they didn't respond to our request for a statement, but the company did tell Fox News it is inaccurate to say that Amazon fulfillment centers are unsafe, and efforts to paint our workplace as such based solely on the number of injury recordings is misleading given the size of our workforce.